This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, 15th Street closure planned as 231 waterline project continues. Kissling seeks third term on Huntingburg Council. Mundy looking for first full term on Jasper Council. Kurt Guxell is in with sports, and State Senator Mark Messmer is our guest on WJTS Inform. All this and more tonight on the WJTS News. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jenna Schaffer with the WJTS News. Officials with the city of Jasper say that as the US 231 waterline supply project moves forward as scheduled, officials want to make the public aware of the planned closure of the portion of 15th Street east of Newton to Main Street. A release from the city says that one block stretch adjacent to Springs Valley Bank will be closed for about a week, depending on the weather. The closure will occur beginning the morning of Monday, February 11th, and reopen by the end of the business day Friday, February 15th. Contractors are currently in the process of completing Phase 2 of the project, which runs along Newton Street from 2nd Street to 15th Street. Once that phase reaches 15th Street, it will go the one block east from Newton to Main. The objective of the project, which began this past October, is to replace approximately 13,000 linear feet of existing water lines that are on an average 80 years old. Components of the project are water line installation, pressure testing and chlorination of water lines, service line installation, and road repairs. Altogether, the water supply and pressure improvement project will consist of 3 phases. The third phase will begin at Matthew Avenue near the water tower and stretch along Newton North from Matthew to the traffic light at 30th Street before heading east on 30th and concluding at Lotus Drive. The US 231 waterline supply project is expected to be completed sometime in April. Road repairs done as part of this project will be temporary repairs. After the project is completed, NDOT is expected to begin their own project for final repairs consisting of the milling and resurfacing of US Highway 231. City officials in Jasper would like to thank everyone for their patience during this project. Huntingburg City Councilman Glenn Kissling says he plans to seek a third term on the Common Council representing the 1st Precinct. Kissling says improvements to the city's parks, streets, and utilities, the addition of the railroad overpass, improvement of St. Joseph property, Market Street Park addition, and the redesign of 4th Street are accomplishments that have taken place during his time on the council. He says he also supports the improvement to the 11th Street Fire Station and the addition of police officers to combat the influx of drugs and crime in the city and across the county. Kissling has worked at Steinkamp Warehouse, Inc. for 44 years and has been a member of the Huntingburg Volunteer Fire Department for 38 years. He served as chief of the department under 3 mayors, but stepped down as chief after he was first elected to the council. Glenn is a member of St. Mary's Catholic Church, the Huntingburg YMI, the Fraternal Order of the Eagles, the VFW Auxiliary, and the Huntingburg Country Club. In a release, Kissling says it has been an honor to serve the citizens of Huntingburg in the past and says he looks forward to the future. He says he wants to continue the growth and development of the city and says he is committed to working with the city council and the mayor to make Huntingburg the best it can be. Kissling and his wife Connie have been married for 45 years. They have 2 daughters, Stacy Vall and Rebecca Messmer, and 3 grandchildren. Phil Mundy has announced his plans to seek the Republican nomination for a full term on the Jasper Common Council. Mundy was selected in January to complete Mayor Dean Vonderheid's term on the council after Vonderheid was appointed mayor by a Republican caucus. In a release, Mundy says as a small business owner and building owner in downtown Jasper, he has been excited about the direction the community is going with the many construction projects, library and cultural center, upgrades to our park system, and so forth. Mundy says he would love to see that continue as is fiscally possible. Mundy added that the community needs to stay the course so businesses, large and small, can attract quality employees to continue to grow. Mundy is the co-owner of Adventures Recreation and Gear and has been a local business and building owner for 25 years. He has served as president, vice president, and secretary of the Greater Jasper Downtown Business Association, as well as been a DC Multisport board member and coach and board member of several youth sports organizations. He served as a grade school coach, school board member, and booster club president at Holy Family School. He has also organized and been a board member for several charity events, including the Strassenfest bike ride, Spirit of Jasper Duothon, 5K, as well as area cycling and running events. Mundy and his wife, Karen, have 2 adult children and are members of St. Joseph Catholic Church. A Washington man was arrested in connection with a January murder case in which a woman was found beaten to death. Washington police took 41-year-old Chad Harrington of Washington into custody Thursday after authorities filed a warrant for his arrest. 30-year-old Bambi Cannon was found unresponsive on January 11th by Washington police. She was transported to the University of Louisville Hospital, where she later died. Authorities launched an investigation which led to the eventual arrest of Harrington. Harrington is facing aggravated battery and involuntary manslaughter charges. He is lodged in the Daviess County Security Center on a $500,000 cash bond. A Gibson County judge sentenced a Patoka woman to 21 years in prison Wednesday in the deaths of 2 men in a Gibson County crash on September 1st of last year. 25-year-old Ashley Sanders pleaded guilty in January to 2 felony counts of operating while intoxicated, causing death. In addition to the 21 years in prison, Sanders was ordered to serve 3 years on electronic home monitoring following her release. State police say 19-year-old Trevor Watt of Princeton was driving northbound on Old 41, just north of Princeton, preparing to turn left onto a county road when Sanders failed to notice his vehicle slowing down and hit it in the rear at a high rate of speed. Watt and his front seat passenger, 20-year-old James Gassaway of Hobstadt, were pronounced dead at the scene. Stay tuned. Weather, sports, and inform with District 48 State Senator Mark Messmer are still to come on WJTS News.